Okay, I think that's working. I think we're here.
Oh, hold on.
A few issues, but I think we've ironed them out.
We are back live. Yes, and now I shall be leaving you in the good hands of Savicamus. See you soon, Vic.
Alright, man. Give me a quick second to mute this. Alright, when they're ready, I guess. Let's have a look at what we're looking at. We're qualifying Spain today in Catalonia. We're seeing who's out because I have absolutely zero idea. So we start with Sork, seeing as it looks like he's ahead of the field. Maybe not. But we still Sork anyway. Alright. Assuming that we are on an out lap here. So it says the fastest time of 1:17.43. However, that is the first time. So we'll see what the next ones are. He goes a whole second. Oh god. They're a second behind. So Shock is a whole second. 0.8 behind. So he set a nice bar for everyone to beat. Jordan 2/10 slower. Closest of the bunch so far. Sork lands in 5th position. 999 again. Ooh. Sergey's really set the bar here for top speed. It's a great lap. Get through here. Mighty Goshan on his out lap. It's full. And the Shank Star as well. Waiting for everybody else to come out. The Hardy coming out. It's the Pookie's just coming out now. Expecting big things from Pookie. So we're going to stay with Goshan. He is the one to beat. Last season's champion, sorry. If anyone's going to dethrone Surty today, it will be Goshan. So go. It starts. It's sector 1. Who's going to take this? Nice. It's great speed held there. I usually spin. Oh, Tom knocks Surty off his throne first. Oh god, 1:16.8. That is 6/10 faster. That is one to beat now. See if Goshan can still do it. We'll remain with Goshan. See how this goes. Turn 12 now. 3rd sector. The last few corners. Goshan do it. Look a bit dicey there. Going onto the straight. We'll see where he lands. Oh, 6th position. That is an underwhelming lap from Goshan. I would have thought he'd been much faster. However, we still have 11 minutes left of the qualifying to go, so it's not all over for Goshan. Daniel's on out now, so we'll stick with Daniel, see if he can improve on this. Let's see if he can get his see how Daniel does it now. So 2 seconds. Oh yes, okay. Sorry, my bad guys. Bear with me. My bad. Okay, here we go, Daniel. Ready to start this now. Here we go. Going to turn 1. Expecting Daniel to maybe potentially reach top 5. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't. Although I don't want to put unnecessary pressure on Daniel. Now we're moving to sector 2 now. Round to the left, to the side. Straight, just a small one. Oh, he's improving. I know he's improving. A little bit wide there. Corners. Last few. He was 6/10 up on himself, so this is looking good now. Definitely hit the 117s here. Wow, 117.2. Not as fast as TomTom, unfortunately. However, he has found himself in 2nd position so far, so that's great from Daniel. Pookie very close behind. Jordan only 2/10. I think he could definitely improve on that. 30 has dropped down to P5 now. However, I assume another lap is coming. Let's see what else we're there. Pookie wanting to improve, take P2 back. So the last few corners to do it, let's see if we can improve. And we were lied to. Pookie gave us false hopes and promises and ends up in the pit. Wasn't as fast as Daniel, so we always last lap. Let's see what else we've got 30. So he's very close to his lap there already. He's going to need to find 6/10 if he's going to want to even touch TomTom's lap. See, here we go. Good corner, not too wide, kept in, very good. Ooh, I love the speedy toe. He's got a bit of traffic ahead of him. This could be Surtees's downfall to the lap, we'll see. Oh dear, the Haas moves out of the way, but we still don't know. Last few corners. Will he commit to the lap? It's coming up, here we go. And Surtees moves his way up. P5 still probably not where he wants to be. He is a race winner, Surtees. Probably should be a little bit higher. However, I think we might be able to squeeze in one more lap. One more lap for him to improve. Let's see what else we got out here now. Bubbly comes in. P7 slot in. Biscuit is out. Biscuit also being a previous race winner. A dark horse. Could definitely. Jeez. It's very close to smashing his entire car to pieces. However, manages to put it in the pit. He mustn't have been improving, or felt so. That's a shame. However, again, we still probably have one more quick lap to put out. Goshan back out again. We're obviously going to stick with Goshan here. It is the last few corners. We don't know how far, we don't know how close he is. And he mustn't have been improving. That is unfortunate. Goshan sitting in P11. It's very low for the likes of our previous champion. Something clearly wrong with the Ferraris, but it's not the first time we've heard that. Definitely not the first time we've heard that. Let's move. Let's see what else we got here. Shankstar just starting. Quack close it in. We'll stick with Quack. Let's see where Quack goes. You know, obviously P16, not a preferable position. However, you know, the propulsion of the Mercedes. It's the way it is. Goes over the line. He makes P15. Just ahead of his old rival Shankstar. I'm sure Shank will be very happy to see Quack ahead of him right now. Beautiful stuff. Cannot wait to see turn one of these two old rivals. It's gonna be some race. I'll be sticking around to watch them too. Unless Shank can now maybe put it a few positions ahead of him. But we'll see. In Sector 3 now. Only a few more corners to go for Shankstar to put himself on P16 and ahead of Quack. I know deep down this is what he wants. You can see that ball to his left, he knows. And he doesn't. He backs out the lap. That is unfortunate for Shank. He could potentially have to see Quack's rear wing in front of him. That is a damn shame. Reese is in. Oh, Christian MK, or Christian Mc... if you want to pronounce it all. However, assuming his lap did not go well at all on the premise, we are 150. So it's unfortunate for Christian MK. We'll move to Jabba. The man, the myth, the legend himself, the old vet in new colours, an Aston Martin. This is not very Jabba of him, I must say. An old Williams driver. Strange to see him in the Aston Martin, but I suppose we'll have to get used to it. That also interests me to see who is in the Williams for this season. Okay, so Jabba's going to pretend to everybody that was his out lap, and now his real lap is now. Okay, so we're going to stick with Jabba. You know, I like a dark horse. I like seeing where my man can get to. Let's see how it goes. Well, we're already off to a rough start. Both tyres on the curb there. A little bit of a bumpy ride. It's fine. Jabba is a man of comebacks. Ahead of himself there, we're going into Sector 2. Now we move into Sector 3, we'll see where Jabba is on his time. Second now, we'll find out. He's 3 tenths, it does put him ahead of Christian. And but nowhere near the likes of Reese, unfortunately, or Shank or Quack. And I do not think he has another time, so this has to be the one. I think Jabba comes P18 at best here. Oh, yeah, very close to it. That is extremely close to it. That is very unfortunate for Jabba, but P18 looks like the position. Unless he can perform some sort... It doesn't look likely. I was going to say some sort of miracle, however, this might not be the case for Jabba. Let's see who else we got out. Christian looking to... Yeah, I'm afraid this is it for Christian, I believe. P19 looks like it might be the position. Well, we are going to switch now to the top runners. So we got Tom out. Naturally, Tom being P1, we're going to have a look at his lap, see if he can improve on the 116.852. We'll see. Bit of traffic ahead. Someone on the turf. That is not where the track is. No idea who that was. You know, an infamous saying of, you can't park there, mate. Very strange place to be. So Tom now coming into Sector free up the outlap. Hardy has moved into P2. It's a very good lap from Hardy. However, again, a lot of people always go, oh, hey, we've got 15 seconds. TomTom's got to get a hustle on. He's got 10 seconds to get past that line. He's left it extremely late. He just makes it, I think. He just makes it, I think. He does. Wow. TomTom now on his lap. See if he can improve. TomTom being possibly one of the title contenders this season for sure. And if Goshen keeps handing out P11s or P12s, because Quack goes into P11 with a 117.911, controversial numbers, but he gets there all the same. Isti lands P2 with a 117.031. Wow, Isti out of nowhere. Beautiful. But no one dethrones TomTom yet. So he's dropped to P7. We have Jordan in P6. He is now finished with 117.2. Pookie 2. Wow. That is extremely close with Pookie. Pookie goes P2, but he doesn't take TomTom off. It looks as if TomTom, unless Surtee can be the difference here, it's not likely. That is a shame, but TomTom is P1 for the race. Great qualifying from TomTom. Absolutely fantastic. No one came close. It looks game, set and match already from qualifying, but we'll see. But we'll see. Pop out for a second. Bit. Soft. TomTom, Pookie, Bubbly, Isti, Hardy, Daniel, Jordan, Surtee, Salk, and Biscuit, the top 10. Turn 1 should be exciting. Very exciting. But we'll see. Just got a quick thing to do, real fast. Just bear with me. We're not going to miss the start, don't worry. I have read it. Okay, guys. Look at yours. I didn't have the thing up. Okay, I could see it. I didn't want to see your chats. Chat to you guys enough already. You know what I mean? Look at this. Yeah, Gruffle, I got it. I'm gonna open it up anyway. If we can open it up on the race, we'll see. Your boy's learning still, do you know what I mean? Your boy's learning still, relax. Okay, here we go. We got the warm-up. Right, so let's see this. So we go on the track map, and you guys love this, don't you? Look at. Yeah, Gruffle, I'm sure you would destroy this grid, man. 100% P1, easy. You definitely would not spin. No way. And happy birthday as well, Gruffle. This race is for you. This commentary is for you, Gruffle. When I accepted, I thought Gruffle would love this moment. Big Vic on commentary. Taking valuable RuneScape time out to fill in for the mighty Steel Guns. I sure hope nobody spins on this, huh? Jabba. Unfortunately, Jabba is missing his biggest rival today, which is Big Six. You know, they love a good race, they love a good crash, they love a good tussle. There'll be no bragging rights today, unfortunately. Not from, well, mostly from 6, you know, if he finishes. Bad track history of 6, you know, Jabba, yeah. But you know, hopefully today, we pray to the gods, the Formula 1 gods, that there is no safety cars, there is no turn 1 crashes. It is a big sacrifice, Genetic Crew, it is a big sacrifice, you know what I mean? I'm sure it won't be too difficult. Okay, I think the last car Christian is parking up. A few disqualifications, I think potentially from not making the lineup properly. However, these guys will now have cold towers. We are now the red lights. It's lights out and away we go, guys. We got TomTom is off to what looks like a great start. I'm not going to move anything. I like this cinematic view. We have Pookie coming up on the inside. I can't see anything, but it's okay. Pookie goes on the inside. TomTom the out. Great grip on the outside there. TomTom takes the lead, the potential lead back. We have Bubbly moving into P3. It's a great start. Isti drops to P4. However, he could take it on the inside here. Let's just move that little to Isti. It's brave. There's a little bit of space there. He moves. He takes the position, Isti goes to P3 and Bubbly settles in back to P4. Daniel hiding behind in P5. It all looks like it's lining out a little bit now. Sherlock, where's Sherlock? Sherlock's here. Jordan just behind. Pressing, I think Jordan might have dropped down a few positions as well. And we got behind Jordan and we got Stock. Ooh, there's an attack here, what's this? Got an attack now, ooh. 30 going for the attack on Daniel. Oh, his back end just slips a little bit. So his back end slips a tiny bit and it offers Daniel the position that he could have potentially have taken. We like that. We love a good Daniel and 30 fight. We had this in Monza. It was a great battle. For, you know, seeing 30 to win as well. Fantastic win for him. So hopefully we'll see a bit more of that today. Go down the line, everything seems straightened out. We're going to look at the mid-table here. There's a few of these guys are lagging behind a little bit now. It looks like there's something going on with a few pits. Jabba, you know, water's wet. Jabba's caught in a, thing. Quack sneaks in ahead of him as well. Shank is out of the race. I don't know if this is a safety car. This is a full. We don't know if that was Quack, but I guess we'll find out. I've got a bad feeling that might have been a Shank and Quack situation, but I unfortunately missed it in keeping on safe. But you know, these guys got safety car. They can get back in the race. It's a bit of a strategy change now for these people at the back. For Jabba, they will be going on the mediums. Probably prolong this race a bit far out. We will look at. I think Goshan got caught up in it as well. It's a big ask. Goshan came from P11, not even top 10 for Goshan. So he's got a penalty as well. We can have a look at this now. Let's see. We got let's see. Interval leader. Let's see what we got. So Wave is looking at this. I like the leader one. Detail. Position change. I like this one as well. Telemetry. Lap data. Change stops. We got tyres. So here we go. TomTom. We got start. TomTom starts on the mediums. It's very nice. I think a lot of people here said that the hard was very nice on this track. However, giving off TomTom's start and gap that he made within that such a short time, I would probably go as far to say that mediums is probably the best shout here. We'll move now to TomTom who's starting. There we go. Pookie, we've got Isti. Probably follows behind him. These guys are on hard. They will be going longer. I assume that will be hards to softs, which could give us an interesting race towards the end. Get back out of that now. Bubbly's got a nice little gap. Daniel falls behind here. Let's actually just get one more little thing up here. It's not this, but the intervals between people. I feel like that works a little bit nicer for me. But Hardy behind the other Alfa Romeo, his teammate Daniel is on a medium. I think Hardy got the hard. But Sherlock hanging behind as well, not too far behind. Salk behind Sherlock. Although he hasn't done it, he does have the Diaz running. And he has a slipstream. We might see a Salk overtake here. I will be here to see it, hopefully. Here we go. Salk has to go on the outside. Sherlock defends on the inside. Salk, unfortunately, not brave enough or fast enough to make that move. Fusion, nice little gap between him and his teammate Biscuit. The teammates here all together. Who else we got? We got Biscuit, we got Bengal. Ooh, Bengal is now in the Williams, Shabba's old car. I imagine it stinks. Something awful. Something awful indeed. We got Surrey hanging in P12. I do not know how this happened. Unfortunately, we have missed the reason to why Surrey has dropped so far behind. He is some distance away from Bengal, and I don't think it's due to a pit. So the gaps have been there now. They are out. Jordan and P13, again, not sure how this has happened. Maybe something to do with the virtual safety car, maybe. But Surrey and Jordan have a lot of work to do. They'll have their fingers crossed for a safety car. We know Java will. So then we've got Goshan. Goshan's on a return drive as well. TomTom hits the fastest lap in the mediums. No shocker there. This is TomTom's race to lose by the looks of it. A 2.5 second gap to Pookie. It's a big ask. And what's going on there? Has Pookie gone into the pits? No! Pookie has spun! Oh! Commentator's curse of sorts. You hate to see it. A former champion. You'll have to be careful now. The tyres could be extremely hot. This could lead to another spin, unfortunately, for Pookie. This is again, and for what we're seeing from a few other of our fast drivers, or fastest, is return drives, the comebacks. And these guys have got a lot of work to do now. Isty's fell behind. I think he might have damage. That is a shame. That could have been with a tangle with Pookie by the looks of it. Looks like he's given position back, if anything. Yeah, he might have given position back there. I feel like that might have been some good sportsmanship from Isty and Pookie there. And that's what we love to see on the track. Surrey is now still on return drive. He is coming up to Sherlock. Nope, other way around, sorry. Sherlock is behind it and he's coming up to Isty. Oh, we got something going on over here. Let's see what's going on at the front. Laurel Fusion making his way to P5 and Biscuit still following tight behind. We love seeing Laurel Fusion in the top 5. Biscuit is a fighter. He will fight his teammate for this. However, it looks like Fusion gave position. Again, nice bit of sportsmanship. That's what we'll chalk it down to. Fusion definitely wasn't slower. Hey, wink, wink, nod, nod. That looks like a team call. And we like that now. It is Laurel's Fusion's job to defend and let Biscuit go. He has to defend against Pookie and Isty. That is a tough defense. I do not envy Fusion for that one. But we will come back to that in a second. However, you know what? I might stay on it. Pookie, these guys are very aggressive drivers. I think Pookie will attempt to make this overtake here. So we're gonna watch this now. He's coming out. He's looking to go outside. He's scaring him a little bit. I love it. But Pookie still remains behind. I'm gonna stick on this little mid-table fight. Pookie's again a very aggressive driver. He will take a gap if he can. Someone has spun. I'm not sure who it was, but I ain't gonna go there and check right now. It looks like Christian. Christian has spun, but he's back on track, so it don't look too bad. If he's back on, it should be good. These guys are close to potentially getting lapped, I think, at this point now. And here we go, we got Pookie now. Pookie's coming up behind Fusion, he pulls out. They both have DRS, so I think it's an ERS burn to get to the end. Pookie will break later, I think. Oh, this fantastic side by side. They come through to the next, into turn 3. Pookie's on the inside. He looks but Fusion will not give it up lightly. I think Pookie makes it. However, Fusion, no. Pookie closes it off. Great overtake. It's brave, it's courageous, it's Pookie, and it's what we expect. But Fusion gave a brilliant defense. Well done to Fusion there. Now he has to deal with Isti, who is equally just as aggressive, just as fast, and just as brave. He will go for it, and Isti will probably go for it now on this. Now going into Sector 3, he will go for this. We have a Ferrari who is down, and I think that is Goshan again. It looks that way. Yeah, Goshan not having a great race at all. We got Isti around the outside. So much grip round there. Fusion has to give it up. There is absolutely nothing he can do. He now has Bubbly behind him. This is potentially the worst thing Fusion could have gotten himself into. He has 3 of potentially the fastest drivers, or the faster ones, just battling him, and yeah, and he's now coming up to the straight. He's got a slipstream. I feel like he's just outside of Isti's. He might not get enough speeders. And I think Bubbly will probably be brave enough to come on the outside here. He's not just yet. We will move Christian. MK retires from the session. That is a shame. I think that might potentially be his first race of the season. Unlucky. It's very unfortunate for Christian. Hopefully next race he can make a comeback and we might see some better racing from him. Or just a better outcome in general. But we'll see. I do want to stick to Fusion. I want to see this Bubbly. I'll potentially see Bubbly just go past here because I think it is coming. I think it's inevitable for Fusion to be overtaken here. Isti has pulled away a little bit more. Bubbly seems to be getting closer. We now have a DRS section coming up into Sector 3. I don't think he's going to be able to hold on here whatsoever. You see, he opens it up. Fusion does have it. Will he go for it? No, he doesn't go for it. He doesn't go for it. We've got Biscuit being pressured by Pookie now as well. The Alpha Tauris are being swallowed. Being swallowed whole. It is a shame. Both Fusion and Biscuits, very good drivers. It's a shame to see him. Someone who's gone? Is that Quack? Is that Quack gone there? I don't know who that is. Who are we on? Dangle? I think we have someone down here. It's not Sir. It looks like a. Oh, that might be Christian's car actually. Sorry, my bad, guys. That might be Christian's car. We have missed the overtake. However, we knew it was inevitable to come in. Long sector straight. The Alpha Tauris are being swallowed. We will go into Biscuit. Now he is on. He's lost the defense. He's lost to Pookie again. Aggressive, fast drivers. They'll take every inch they can. So hopefully now we're seeing a comeback drive from both Pookie and Isti. I expect if there is a safety car, these guys will fight for potentially the top 3 as well. A lot of these people are holding out. TomTom holds an 8.8 gap on Hardy. This is TomTom's to lose, like, ridiculous. He's going to be hoping there is no safety car. However, even if there was, I don't think at this point it would make any difference. He is extremely fast here. Extremely fast. So we have Hardy, who is lagging 9 seconds behind. The Mercedes on different source. Some different type of oil, just a different type of driver. He is battling with Daniel. Daniel, again, we have a lot of aggressive drivers here. Daniel definitely being potentially the most. Hardy will have a hard time keeping Daniel back if he lets him in. If he even lets him get close, he'll have a hard time. Daniel will attack those gaps, 100%. But we shall go through the line, see where everybody's sitting. Sork close behind Daniel. Hopefully he's looking to take the opportunity. For the 2 alpha males to fight. Sork will be looking for them to fight and get a little bit closer, and we could potentially see Sork take his positions. But we'll go down. Pookie is doing the return drives. They are not too far. They are 3.7 seconds. Sork is in sight. Sork is in sight, both Pookie and Isti. And I would say Pookie and Isti are both that of the same pace. There is some sort of secret alliance here of Pookie and Isti. I can smell it. These 2 fantastic drivers. And I have no doubt that they will definitely be fighting Sork within the next 5 laps. I'll be very surprised if they're not. Move to Biscuit. Biscuit now has a lot of space between him and Fusion. AlphaTauris are still 7th and 8th now. I think they'll be happy with those positions still. If we look at the top 6, they are all extremely fast. Surtees return drive ahead of Jordan. Looking for Surtees to potentially get... I mean, I think there's a lot of people hoping here now for a safety car of sorts. Jordan not far behind. Maybe I would say Jordan's probably looking for a good little return drive as well. Bubbly goes down for the pit. He has wing damage, has to get his wing changed. That's a shame for Bubbly. Not sure where he might have got that damage, we might have missed it. But strange to see Bubbly down there. Even Jabba goes past him. Jabba now makes his way to P13. Goshan in P12. Him and Bengal will be fighting there. Let's see if Goshan can get that position back. Still not in the points though, Goshan. And he's got a penalty as well to go with it. Not the first race he would have wanted. But again, we still do have a lot of laps to go. So we still potentially could see a safety car. Maybe that's it. Maybe I've... Oh, bit of a dangerous return. However, he was ghosted. Poor Isti falling back now. Lost his secret alliance to Pukki. Ended up in Barrier. It's a damn shame. Pukki, well, Isti again now on return of the return. It's a shame. Surtees now close behind Isti as well. He's going to want that position. Goshan and Bengal he's still not made the overtake on the DRS straight. If it's any opportunity to get him, it's going to be there. Maybe even in sector 3. Jabba, P13, respectable position. Bubbly behind. Sherlock close behind Bubbly, not too far away, but I think he might just be out of DRS region. Reese behind Sherlock. Quack not having the best of races. However, his Mercedes teammate is. So where Quack has fell short, TomTom can definitely pick up the points. It's a shame for Quack at the moment. And I think, speaking of teammates, he will be getting lapped by him right now. This will be it. And he lets him pass. Great sportsmanship from Quack there. Brains behind Quack. I think this is Brains' first race as well within HDL, Huts Gaming League. So, just like Christian. Oh God, Brains! He didn't even want to touch the brakes. He goes out. He spins. He somehow survives. Brains has survived what looked like death. He has a few cars behind him, but he is being lapped, and naturally so. With mistakes like those, that is potential can happen again. Usually we would stay on the top run, however TomTom is 10 seconds ahead of Hardy. There is nothing really entertaining about watching a one fast man drive. But yeah, we'll look behind Hardy now because Hardy in P2 and Daniel's still sitting in P3 behind. I'm surprised that this position has not already been taken by Daniel. It looks as if this might be a nice team 2 and 3. From the Alfa Romeos. However, Hardy's might want to pick up the pace a little bit, let Daniel breathe a little, because Sork is close behind still, and any mistake could be capitalized on by Sork. We have Pukki now catching up. He has got so much closer now. He's only 3.4 seconds behind. I would 100% believe in a few more laps Pukki will be fighting Sork, and that might potentially give Daniel a little bit more time to breathe. Biscuit in P6, we have a little bit of what looks like a spin, potentially from Brains again. Biscuit now P6, Isti being pressured by Surtees. I These are both previous race winners. They could most definitely get in a bit of a tangle here. Isty's yet to come up to the straight. DRS straight. So he's going to love being this close behind him at this point. I don't think he's going to make the move here. We're going to have to wait for the straight. And Isty's going to have to defend extremely hard. And fingers crossed, he's probably hoping for Surtees to make some sort of mistake within these last few corners to give him a little bit of breathing room between the two drivers. But Surtees is not a man of many mistakes whatsoever. It's a great exit from Pookie. Surtees lags behind a little bit. That might be the mistake that Isty was looking for. Biscuit in the pits. Isty goes up now into P5. We have a few pit runners. Surtees decides to stay out naturally. Sork comes out. Potentially looking at an undercut on Hardy and Daniel. Well, hopefully this goes into Sork's favour. Ooh, the backhand! I've got to stop speaking! I have to stop speaking! The cold tyres! Sork has lost the back end. Any undercut that might have potentially been on for Sork now is not looking like it might be the case. That is a shame for Sork. Sork's going to want to push now extremely hard to even just make that little recovery time, because if Hardy and Daniel decide to pit within these laps, well, they should do it separately. I hope they don't do it at the same time. That would be terrible for the likes of Daniel or the Alfa Romeo team in general. But he's going to want to push now because there will probably be a gap created there. I'm going to assume that Hardy's probably going to... I mean, the Alfa Romeo stay out. They are on the hard tyres. They probably will stay out longer. Fusion now still sitting behind Biscuit. Still in the points. Goshan not far behind now. The return drive, the comeback it's on. It's on for the points. Goshan's extremely quick. He's had a very extremely bad start to this race. But if it's anybody that can make a comeback from the back, it would be Goshan. See Ben close behind. Plubdy now also making a comeback of a drive. Again, a lot of these probably hoping for that safety car to come in. The two Aston Martins of Jabba and Sherlock. 6 laps on the hard tyres of Sherlock, 13 on Jabba. Jabba's going to probably want to look in somewhat soon. Sherlock to stay out a lot longer. He nearly goes. That back end, I saw it. Sherlock just keeps it there. There's the Haas of Reese. Very far behind of Sherlock. No competition there. Quack driving for the thrill now, just for the sake of being in a car. I would probably likely say the same for Brains as well. Very strange to see both a Mercedes and a Red Bull. And Brains is gone. I think that is it. I mean, that could potentially be the safety car that a lot of these are looking for. He survived? He's still good. We have no idea how. He is spinning on the track. Honestly, for Brains, this is an absolute disaster. Red Bull will be slapping their foreheads all together, just simultaneously. Oh God. Not the first race Brains would have wanted. However, welcome to League Racing, Brains. Hardy now ahead. Assuming TomTom has pitted. Maybe a different strategy on for Hardy and Daniel. It definitely looks as if these guys might be stretching out to go to the softs. Some great teamwork. They have remained between the 0.5 and 0.6 between one another for, well, it looks like the whole race. And I don't know if that's the same pace or if it's just because these guys are just working together to solidify their positions. However, they do have Pookie behind them who will want to put himself in between those two. You know, metaphorically speaking. The Ferrari engines, you are definitely getting between them. So that is Pookie's job now, is to put a bit of pressure on Daniel, put pressure on Hardy, and see what he can do now. Even with all the mistakes that Pookie has done this race, this is a great comeback for him. We have seen a mistake ahead. I'm not sure it's the other Ferrari. It's Goshan again. Goshan has made another mistake. He now goes into P16. It is, again, not the first race gosh, I wonder what the infamous turn 3 in Spain with the new driving. It is a tough one now to take, and I think Goshan now might be just learning that. TomTom sitting pretty, 2 laps on the hards. Everybody else is pitted apart. You know, nobody else is pitted just yet. He's got. This is a nice cruise for the likes of Tom. He has no worries whatsoever. All he has to do is keep it on the track. That's it. Literally it. TomTom's race to lose still. 30 now on the comeback drive, still not pitted yet. I think he'll be looking to do that somewhat soon. Jordan seems to have fell behind by some seconds of 30. Sork on fresher tyres. So, I mean, Hardy and Daniel still out on the hard laps. Sork on fresh tyres. I mean, you know, this might be a mistake from the likes of Hardy and Daniel. The longer they stay out, the longer the closer Sork might get on these fresher tyres. But we'll see how this pans out. Isti again now on the comeback drive. He's moved to fresher tyres. He's ahead of Biscuit. Jordan goes in for tyres. Surtees goes in for tyres of the mediums. That'll be it now to the very end. Fusion and Biscuit still sharing. Well, they were sharing, but now we have a McLaren sandwich. Jordan sitting right in the middle of them both, but on fresh mediums. I can't imagine Biscuit holds out too long against the likes of these fresh mediums now. Bengal yet to pit. Bubbly on 8-lap mediums, 9 seconds behind Bengal. He has a long way to go. The Red Bull would they're not going to be happy with these results today, unfortunately. And we got the Aston Martins, Jabba. I would say let Sherlock through, but I think that's probably just potentially an overtake. It's a poor race from Goshan, unfortunately for him. So much to do. 13 laps to go. I'm honestly surprised Brains didn't cause a safety car there with his crash. He somehow survived. I will never understand that. And unfortunately, that has not helped Goshan in any way, shape or form to make this comeback. Quack on a cruise as well. Hardy and Pookie are still... No, wait, who's gone in? Daniel has gone in now on the fresh mediums. Whether that was conveyed to Hardy, I do not know. If Hardy does not pit now, this could be very dangerous because he could closely land behind Sork. But Daniel comes out ahead of Sork, so maybe that little tank slapper that he had, yeah, he's far ahead. He's far ahead now. There was a gap there. Sork has not managed to close that gap in between the potential undercut of them. Shame, and I can only assume that Hardy will have absolutely zero issues coming out. But now we have to see if Daniel will go ahead of Hardy. TomTom naturally goes ahead. Pit. Let's see where he comes out. Daniel coming in close now. I think Daniel could potentially take it. He's on hard tyres. I think he would end up slowing down Daniel if he... Ooh. Let's stick close here. We've got a bit of an audio glitch. So we've got Sturdy here now. Isti close behind. Ooh! Ooh! Jordan with a great overtake on turn 1. We knew that this was coming, the fresher mediums naturally. However, Biscuit is not one to lay down so quietly. However, I do not think he has any choice against those fresh mediums. So now the McLarens are back together again. The AlphaTauris are back together again. And there has been Who is it? It's Sherlock, and again we somehow avoid a safety car from a crash. Not the likeliest of the two Aston Martins to spin. Somehow avoid a safety car. I'm sure the top runners are sighing with relief that there isn't one. It could change the whole dynamic of everything if there is one now. Gashan P14, sorry. Reese. Jabba is just being lapped. He's getting swallowed up by the front runners. Nothing interesting going at the back, unfortunately. Pookie now in P1, but it's not a solidified one. TomTom is only 3 seconds behind, and I think Pookie's longing out these hards as long as he can to potentially switch to something else. Somebody has spun again. I wonder if that might be the safety car. It is Jabba out. We said it wasn't the likeliest of Aston Martins. And unfortunately, I have given the commentator's curse to a few of these drivers today. I apologise. In hindsight, maybe I shouldn't have said anything. However, Jabba has now gone out. I mean, is there not a safety car here? Has he crashed off the field and somehow allowed these? I mean, there's no. There's another spin. I don't know. Reese is spun. There's so many spins and there's no safety cars. It is the luckiest thing. It's unfortunate for Reese. Make our way back up. Pookie now again holding on to these. Now this is 22 laps on the hards. TomTom draws closer. But I'm sure Pookie won't fire it. Hardy now 13 seconds behind TomTom. Even on these mediums, I think there is no way that this gap gets closed. These two are potentially begging for a safety car, a sorts 2 challenge, at least. At least. But yeah, great teamwork from Alfa Romeos. Honestly, this is nice to see. A lot of the teams sticking close. You know, we have the Alfa Romeos together, we have the McLarens together, we have the AlphaTauri together. It's, there's a lot of. I know. I'm sorry, generic man. I can't say anything. These guys just be spinning on command. There's nothing that can be done for these drivers. Sork has unfortunately now seen. A Sork spun? No, there he comes. He comes out. Maybe just a slow exit. 9.8 seconds behind now. That was 0.7. Not so long ago, man. 0.7 is a shame. Sork's little tank slap, little undercut attempt has, you know, ruined his chances of potentially getting P3, P2. So. I'm looking for Sork. I think, again, unless there's some sort of miraculous safety car, it is just P5, and he has 30 on fresher mediums, hot on his trail. 30 will want those points. He will want any points he can get, and we could potentially see 30 in possibly a couple more laps, if not maybe 4. Close that gap and potentially attempt to overtake Sork. Isti and Jordan together now. Will it be that of the same of the Alfa Romeos? Will he let him pass, or will he? And Isti lets him pass. Great teamwork from Isti. Do you know what I mean? Team orders. Team orders. You want to see it. Jordan was faster, I believe. So he's going to want him to go, and then these two just trail off to the end now. I think 30 is way out of sight. I don't see Jordan catching, unfortunately, for Jordan. He probably will not be catching, so this now is a race to the very end. You know, try and salvage what points McLarens can. Isti's made a few mistakes this race, so I think P8 is very respectable. Any points at all at this point would probably be a win for the McLarens and for Isti. AlphaTauri is remaining in the points as well. Love to see that. Probably comes in. not sure what this strategy is. If he goes to softs now, maybe. He goes to the softs. Fastest lap potential? We'll see. He is stuck in there for a bit longer. It's a damn shame. I think potentially serving a penalty there. Pukki now goes to the softs as well. That's what he was longing for. The return drive Pukki, he has 7 laps to somehow make it into that top 3. But again, if it's any one of the drivers that can do it, it will be Pukki. It's fresh softs onto 6-lap-old mediums. It is possible. To the top now, he's 12-second lead. He has Hardy has only moved it 4 tenths. Only 4 tenths on those fresher mediums. Tom in a league of his own this race. Ridiculous. We'll have to go for an oil check after here. Check his oil, check his tyres, check the driver, make sure he's not in any sort of illegal substances. But TomTom is cracked out of his mind right now. 12-second lead. No pressure. Pukki now put what looked like a 5.2 to a 4.5. He is gaining extremely quick. Hardy and Daniel will be feeling the pressure. We see a spin on the last sector here. Hopefully nobody gets collected in this. I hope not Pukki. It's another Red Bull. And it looks that of Brains again. It's a shame. So Pukki carries on the charge. Surtees now only 0.5 seconds behind Salt. We said in a couple of laps, Pukki gets the fastest lap. We now see Surtees behind only 0.5 seconds. He's going to try to close this. He's going to get the DRS straight. Salt potentially left in no man's land. He's flashing. Surtees coming down now the straight. He's going extremely fast. I don't think it's going to happen here. It doesn't, but he gets so much closer now. He's so much closer. This is dangerous for Sork. He is going to lose this position to Surtees, I think. 1.2. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Yep. It's on the inside. Surtees looks to take it. Sork on the outside. This is a side-to-side battle. It's beautiful. Surtees on the outside again. He's got the better grip on the tyres, or at least he should. Sork goes with the back end, slips a little bit, but he's still in contention. He's brave. He throws it in. He says no to Surtees today, or for at least this lap. But the DRS straight is coming up now, the small one. He's flashing still. Surtees doesn't need to worry. I think he sets this up nicely. He takes the inside, but Sork fights it. Still, he goes a little bit wide. It's a great overtake from Surtees, I think. There we go. And Surtees makes the overtake. It's beautiful. Great battle between the Williams and the Alpine. That is fresher mediums against older hards. It's a shame for Sork. He looked like he was potentially had the chance for top 3. However, now it is P6. Still a great race from Sork, but not the one that he would have wanted. It is a shame that when he came out on those cold tyres, he just could not. There was just no compatibility between the two. That's a shame. However, he could still fight Surtees here, but we'll keep an eye on this. And McLaren's still close by to one another. Jordan faster now, 2.2 seconds going into 3 seconds ahead. That's not 3 seconds. Maybe it is 3 seconds. It definitely isn't. I don't know what that is. However, Jordan is ahead still. We knew Jordan was a little bit fast and misty here. Bit skip. The Alpha Towers remain in the points still. Goshan, the Ghost is getting lapped. Now this is I think we know that Goshan was is fresh to the wheel. Spain is a tester. It is a tester. I remember Spain when it all switched. One of my favourites, probably one of my worst tracks. So I think this might be the same treatment it's giving Goshan now. Not an easy track, at least not in sector, not in this turn 3 here. Sorry. Sherlock hot behind on older, harder tyres. I mean, unless Goshan makes a mistake. Back still in cruise. Bubbly. I don't know what's going on with Bubbly here. This is not Bubbly's race. Red Bulls. Christian Horner's going to run out now, slap him around the head, probably do a drop kick, phone his parents, spit out the Mercedes pit crew, and then run back. It is a shame for the Red Bull. Both Bubbly and Brains now in P16 and 17. TomTom again still miles ahead. Hardy not making a dent on that gap, even with fresher mediums. The nose will be dying out at this point. And now it's Daniel's now dropped back 1.2. So even if Daniel potentially thought, oh, maybe I want some more points, it doesn't look likely now with Pookie hot on his behind. He is coming quick. He has reduced that now to 1.2 seconds. I give it this lap. We will come back now to this. Maybe, I mean, actually, you know what? Maybe we'll stay on this. Maybe we'll stay on this. I mean, we'll see. Pookie's on fresher softs. He's got the DRS straight here. He's not got a DRS off Daniel yet though, but give it a few more corners and he could be well in contention of it. And we could see Pookie, even after the mistakes made early in the race, have a podium position. Someone has spun again. The Red Bulls, surely not. Oh gosh, Brains. Dear Lord. Not his race. One to forget. One to forget indeed. Pookie now has reduced this. Now he's within DRS. He's not going to want to make the overtake here. Sits nice and comfortable behind Daniel. Daniel will fight for this P3 position. We are going to stay here and watch this because we could potentially see Pookie take P3 and P2 in 3 laps. I feel like this is where the race is now. Surtees making a distance of Sork, so we don't have a race there. This is it. I think this is what we stick to now. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now the race between the Ferraris and the Alfa Romeos. The DRS straight comes. Pookie is going to maybe potentially look at the inside unless Daniel is defending it. However, still not close enough to make that attempt. If he wants that P2 position, he's going to have to make quick work of Daniel. He cannot stay behind him for this lap now. Another penalty for Brains. Gosh, it gets worse and worse for the Red Bulls. And Brains is gone, that's it. I think he might have potentially crashed. I think that might have been Brains out. However, we are 2 laps left and I do not think there will be a safety car for such... I don't know what's happened with Reese. I think is he in the pit? Reese is in the pit. I thought he might. Bubbly takes the fastest lap right at the end. It's a great lap for Bubbly. He says, I'm not in the points, but I do want a point. I do want it. And Bubbly will potentially be taken. I cannot see the likes of Reese going for taking this fastest lap from Bubbly. Although, welcome to try. Very welcome to try. I think that's another Red Bull mistake there as well. Red Bulls. Oh my god. Right, Pookie has to make the overtake now. If he wants any chance of getting Hardy, this has to be the overtake. I don't think it's going to be likely whatsoever. I think Hardy takes P2 here easily. Daniel looking to defend, but Pookie is courageous and he wants it. He goes on the outside. He then comes onto the inside. He takes the position. Daniel will want to fight. It's a great overtake by Pookie, and we expect nothing less. We expect nothing less from Pookie. Now the charge is on. There is this lap and the next to take Hardy. But he is 7 laps on the softs. They could now be petering out a little bit. And Hardy's mediums are fresher than Daniel's, so I don't know. I mean, I don't see it. I don't see it happening. However, for the sake of thrills, we will be sticking with this, and hopefully Bubbly is just racking up penalties, having a laugh now. He takes the fastest lap. He says, I just want all the penalties as well. Why not? Why not? We take the fastest lap, we take the penalties. And he retires. So no shocker there. It was a terrible race for Bubbly. It's a damn shame. One of our faster races, one of the ones that are usually up top field. You know, and again, potentially take fastest lap, but a race to forget. A race to forget. I mean, he looked like he went on inters there as well. I don't think Pookie takes P2. I think Hardy holds out here. I think Hardy holds out. It would take a miracle, a hardy mistake, for Pookie to take this P2 podium from his clutches. Daniel falling out of DRS, he cannot hold him off any longer. He cannot distract him, attack him for Hardy to make this. Still 1.4 seconds, and again, less. We see these 0.3 seconds taken from him within these next few corners. Yeah, I mean, we're getting there. That is a fantastic little game there from Pookie. The Red Bulls, I think that's both Red Bulls out surely. Pookie now puts it down into a second. He did unfortunately get the DRS. I think Hardy stays the skin of his teeth. An extra lap would have been absolutely devastating. But I think Hardy takes it here. P2 position. You see TomTom takes P1. The Mercedes, different sauce today from them. TomTom is ridiculous with it. 11 seconds ahead. We see Hardy has fell on. An extra lap could have meant he's a loss in his podium position there. Or at least P2. Pookie with an amazing comeback drive from him. Even the mistakes he makes. P3. Amazing. Daniel, P4. He's going to be kicking himself for losing that position. Maybe it might not have been the best idea to hold behind your teammate for the whole race. However, unfortunately did. So he makes a great comeback drive into P5. Sork behind him. Potential chance of a podium himself. Unfortunately, that just slipped from him. Quite literally. Jordan and the McLarens together. Biscuit goes into P9. We see Bengal in P10. Was there a mistake by Fusion? Was there a mistake by Fusion here? And Fusion has been left out of the points. Bengal might be retrieving that tasty little 1 point for the Williams. You know, he's on the scraps. He's eating the chicken bones. And Bengal takes it. Takes the point. It's a shame for the Alpha Tyrants. They were together the whole race. Fusion looks lethargic. Looks as if he's given up. All hopes and dreams crushed of the 1 point that Fusion could have taken. It's a great race. Goshan unfortunately doesn't make the top time. Even the former champion is. It's a terrible start for him, unfortunately. Bengal drive up the day. We'll give it to him for taking it off Fusion at the end. Scraped that 1 point. Here he is, our man. The myth, the legend. Putting Mercedes at the top. TomTom, it's a great dance. He's got moves. He's killing it out there. Both on track and on the podium dancing. The disrespect to be dancing like that on the podium. TomTom will be reeling this in. This could potentially change for the next race. See the celebrations. Hardy comes in there with a second P2. Pookie on there as well. And there we have it, guys. The Huts Gaming League first race this season. It's a great race. I enjoyed it. TomTom stole it. 11-second lead. Hardy and the Alfa Romeos did a great job. Pookie with potentially the best comeback drive of the race by miles. Also followed by Surrey. Early mistakes made, but returns. It's fantastic. McLaren stick together. Fusion will be punching his drywall. He lost out to Bengal in the last couple laps. Brains 100% with the best donuts. Honestly, we respect it. Goshan will be also kicking himself, punching his wheel. I don't want to be on the wheel anymore, he wants to be back on the pad. But yeah, I'm afraid that's it, guys, unfortunately. I'm not sure if I'll be here next week, we will see. However, a great race, a great qualifying, Mercedes on top, and a lot to take for the next race. So yeah, I'll catch you later. I think this is the end. I'll try and figure out how to get off. And I'll see you guys next week.